Okay, this is my nutritional counseling session with Terry Dotson. And Terry, first of all, we're just going to go through the items that you circled that were cariogenic or cause cavities. And the ones that you had circled on your pages were just the coffee. The ones that I have highlighted here are the ones that actually could cause cavities. It's anything that involves sugar. So bananas have natural fruit sugar. Pizza would be the cheese, and the crust can cause it because cheese has lactose, which is a sugar. And then the French fries that you had this day. And then, again, banana and biscuits. And then this night was the buns and the cheese, the wrap here, and then crackers and things like that.
Okay.
Now, of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to cause cavities for you, but they have the potential to cause cavities. I'll show you the way that these things kind of work as far as cavity forming goes. This is kind of a cute little picture, which maybe isn't that adult, but I really like the way it looks. You have sugar and then your bacteria that's already in everyone's mouth. And when the bacteria breaks down the sugar from those things, whether it's a natural sugar or a starchy sugar like crackers, it makes acid, and then the acid can attack your tooth to cause decay. So basically you need the plaque, which everyone has, your tooth, and then sugar in your diet. All those things can cause cavities. When we're looking at your nutritional report, bring this one out in color so we can see what you have. Now this has the food groups, and you have your grains at the top, and the refined grains you were over, which means like white bread, and the crackers, things like that. And it kind of depends on what type of bread you eat. The more whole grain bread or whole grain crackers, those would be considered in the whole grain group, and that would be more healthy.
Okay.
The vegetables, you're under in everything. You didn't have hardly any vegetables, so that wasn't too surprising there. And then seafood, it's only 3 days, so that's, And then your empty calories, you were over. And that's calories coming from sugars and solid fats. So that one you were over for those 3 days. The rest of them are basically no specific target. When you break this down a little bit more and we look at your actual nutrient report, it shows your carbohydrates overall was under and your fiber was under. The total fat and saturated fat is over. Down here, when you get into like the vitamins and minerals, you're missing out on calcium and potassium, and then the orange is what you're over in, the sodium. Iron, magnesium, vitamin A, all under. Vitamin C, D, E, and then choline, which is a little bit less important. But so there's a lot of vitamins and minerals that you are deficient in, or you were for those 3 days. And we're generalizing your diet based on those 3 days. So I'm going to tell you kind of what we can do and maybe have ideas from you as well. The carbohydrates that we generally, complex carbohydrates, they provide minerals and fiber. Foods such as this, like whole grains, which would be like whole grain cereals, the less it's broken down, the better it is for your body.
Okay.
And the more vitamins and minerals you get out of it. When we're talking about carbohydrates, there's simple carbohydrates, which are like donuts, sugar, candy, that kind of thing, which don't give you any nutritional value. But then there's sugars also in your fruits, and but those are healthy carbohydrates, healthy simple carbohydrates. There's also in milk and butter and things like that. There's some carbohydrates that come from those as well, which again are still a healthy choice. I just like, this is a little funny complex carbohydrates thing. You're wondering where they come from, why they're here. So whole grain bread, unprocessed oatmeal, even broccoli, carrots, and zucchini, so that can come from vegetables as well. And then again, simple carbohydrates can be milk, yogurt, grapes, bananas, which you eat every day. So all carbohydrates have the potential to be cavity causing, but they aren't all bad. Definitely don't want you to miss out on them. here's a little example of cariogenic, which means that it causes cavities. Crackers, raisins, desserts, fruits, milk products. These things can get stuck in your teeth, crackers and raisins, and that's another reason why they can be a little bit worse. And then karyostatic means it's not going to promote cavity formation. So meat, chicken, eggs, vegetables, kind of what you'd expect there. So my thing here is, instead of just saying, what are you doing wrong, we want to say, what can we do to fix it? Because there's a couple of things that you're missing out on that are important. Things like calcium. I didn't see a whole lot of dairy in your diet. Is that something that you like? Do you like dairy?
I don't like milk.
Don't like milk. I don't really like milk either.
But I do try to eat the cheeses and,
Like
the
yogurt. Okay.
and yogurt and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that can help. Also, I don't know if you've tried, well, you don't really eat cereal. I was going to say almond milk, but if you don't like milk, drinking it alone, it's not going to be something that you want to drink. I get it, because I don't like that kind of thing either. So I would encourage do you do anything in your coffee? Okay, I didn't think so. I thought it was just black. So try the cheeses and the yogurts for that, because that's what you like. Potassium, you're getting your bananas, but it also comes in peanut butter,
Oh, yeah,
which I thought
peanut
was
butter.
interesting.
That's a good idea.
And I like peanut butter.
I do too.
The iron and magnesium, those can come in potatoes with the skin, and then whole grains, nuts, green leafy vegetables is going to be what continues to come up in all of these.
Sure.
And then vitamin A you can get in, which is like beta carotene, so that's bright vegetables, but it also comes in eggs, fish, cereals. Do you like cereal at all? Mm-hmm. Okay. Some things that you can try cereals for that. Most of them are fortified with vitamins and minerals, and so
Okay.
you can get a lot just from cereals.
Okay.
Even if you did just a small portion with your banana in the morning, that would be. I mean, you can do it dry. You can do it with
That's a good
milk.
idea.
However you want to do it. Just put it in a bag if you are
That's
in a
good
hurry.
idea.
And then vitamin C, D, E, citrus, green leafy vegetables. Again, kind of a pattern there. One thing that came up was vitamin D, which this comes from the sun. Obviously, kind of hard to find right now, but it only takes 5 or 10 minutes a few times a week to get vitamin D, or to have your body make vitamin D. And you can also get that from eggs. Are eggs something that you like? That's not something you're gonna.
I'm not a real egg person.
Okay. But that one you can get from the sun. You can also get. Do you eat seafood?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. Okay. Do you? Are there any seafoods that you like?
Shrimp is okay.
Yeah. But it's not like you're going to eat it a lot.
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to pick it.
Okay. That's kind of a hard one, because it's one of those things where you kind of either like it or you don't, and it's hard to make a suggestion to substitute it if you're just not a fan of it. They do have fish oil supplements.
Yeah.
Normally,
I've tried that
yeah, and
too.
like
It's
I
like, you burp it up.
I took mine at night when I was pregnant, and so then I didn't have to think about it. But normally supplements would not be something we'd recommend. We recommend it's best to get it from your diet.
Right.
But you also have to go with what you're actually going to eat. So, what about vegetables? Because that's one of the main things that we're missing out on. What kind of vegetables do you like?
Oh, I'm a veggie person. It's just that right now with these braces, I'm having a little trouble with
Yeah.
vegetables.
Yeah.
And so,
And sometimes a 3-day,
yeah.
thing doesn't really give a
It
good
was
idea.
kind of in a bad, we went out for lunch with my group of people that I go out with, and then it was just.
Then you had the party on
Then we
the
had
Friday
party,
night.
yeah,
And
so.
yeah, exactly. That happens. One suggestion that I have for vegetables while you're wearing your braces is to cut them up, like apples. Even if you don't have time, cut it up in the morning. Keep a knife in your desk and cut it into slices. Then you don't have to worry about.
Yep, that's
Same
what I've been
thing.
doing
Yeah,
that.
same thing with your raw vegetables. And then are you a salad person? Okay, because I can eat salad for a couple of days and I get bored, and so I have to put a lot of stuff in it. So I would suggest going online and finding,
Some
things that are
salads.
going to make you,
Yummy.
that you can make on the weekend. I just found this thing where you can make salads in a mason jar, and you put the dressing or the wet ingredients on the bottom, and then you stack as you go up, and the lettuces at the end. And then when you're ready to eat it, you either shake it up or you just dump it into a bowl. And then you can mix it up and your lettuce doesn't get all gross. And it's in one container. And you can store those for a couple of days.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's a suggestion because, again, making a salad in the morning for me is not going to happen because I don't have enough time.
Right.
And especially since I want lots of ingredients in it. So I'll do it on Sunday night, make one like that, and then I can take it the next day or even 2 days and kind of get,
Good idea.
yeah.
I
And
like
you can
that
do
idea.
fruits and vegetables on top of that too. Fruits are really good on top of salads. I was impressed with your water intake. It's good that you're getting 48
you.
ounces per day, and it's really important for your oral health because as long as you keep your basically keep your mouth wet, and I mean saliva does it as well, and it does it better, but water helps and it keeps you hydrated. It keeps it helps fight cavities.
Okay.
So that's a really good thing. The one thing that I wanted to talk about with iron deficiency, I don't know if that's something that you've struggled with in the past or if you do or not, but you can get headaches, dizziness, or fatigue from that. Sometimes people get those and they don't really know it's coming from something.
Okay.
The other thing is vitamin A deficiency can cause xerostomia, which is dry mouth. And especially in your situation with the braces, you don't want to have anything that's going to
Right.
cause you to have any problems with your teeth. So that's one of those things. Now this website that I used, you can use, and this is based on a 2,000 calorie allowance
Okay.
per day. That's the default. Let's see here. Start up here. It's called myplate.gov. Actually, it's choose my plate. ChooseMyPlate.gov. You can use it if you'd like. The way that I use it is kind of every once in a while kind of check where I'm at because I'm not going to do it every single day. But I'll go and see and check where I'm at because I struggle with things like iron, and it gives you suggestions of what you can do
Oh, cool.
to kind of get yourself back on track. So
Okay.
that's something you can do if you want.
Great.
Is there any questions that you have about what we found today, or were you surprised about any of the?
No, I wasn't really surprised. I actually needed to hear that I was a deficient in a couple of things and that I'm not eating correctly.
Yeah,
So-
I put over here some suggestions.
Yes, I
my
like
handwriting's
that.
not the best,
No,
but
I can tell. I
Okay.
can read it.
And for each one, it tells you kind of what you can eat to help with that.
Okay.
And
I was surprised at the sodium.
yeah, well, and you know why that was?
Pizzas.
Pizzas, and you had pork.
Pork.
Several days. So that's why.
Oh, that's right. Ham.
Yeah, ham. And then you had pulled pork sandwich. So, I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that it was all pork, those 3 days, I'm like, wow, that's going to be sodium. And that's, again, it's a 3-day look at your food, so it's kind of hard to say exactly. All right, well, that's all we needed to do today.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much for helping me out.
You're very welcome, and thank you